Hi everyone, today we shall see how we can connect to MongoDB database and display the data in JavaFX. It's an interesting exercise to develop an application where we can connect to MongoDB database and get all our data onto JavaFX form. So at the end of the session, we should be able to do something like this. If you run the application, it should come up with a graphical user interface like this, and if I click on show button, it should fetch the data from a MongoDB collection and show the data one at a time. If I go on clicking, it should show the next set of records in the collection. Now if you compare relational database with NoSQL database like MongoDB, in MongoDB the table is called collection and one entry into the collection is called as a document. So what you see here is one document which is stored in the form of a key value pair. Now if you go to MongoDB as a backend, you will see it stores the data in the form of collections, and if you connect to the MongoDB, it will show so many databases, and if you scan through one of the database, let's say college DB, you will see that there is a collection called a student, and each student has a set of documents. Each document consists of key value pairs. For example, the USN has a value, the key is name, and the value Vinayak is the value part of it. Semester is an integer value. So the key value pairs are stored together as one document. So you can see so many documents being shown. If you want to take a tabular view of this, you just got to click here. You will see the data stored as tabular form, and this data I want to fetch and show it in the front end like JavaFX. Now unlike relational database, so there is nothing called as select star from a table or something. There is a method that you got to execute. Normally the method used is find. So if you enter the find method with no records here or no condition here and click on find, it will show all the records. On the other hand, if you specify a particular USN colon some value here, let's say 2KL21CS001. So if I say find, it will find only one which matches that condition. Now this is the database I'll be connecting to, and if you observe carefully, the port at which this database waits for the connection is 27017. So our database is at localhost 27017, and name of the database is collection DB, and within that there is a collection called student, and this student has several documents here. So if you remove and again say find, it will show all the documents in the collection. So we'll be connecting to this database from our front end. Now to make this connection happen and get the application running, let us start a project. So the project, you can name it anyhow. Let's call it as MongoDB App X. It should be a Java project, it should be a Maven project, and you should be selecting the project type as Java Apex. So you just go to next and select some of these libraries so that you can use the required styling and build the JavaFX forms. So this project comes up with a set of files. So if you navigate through this source folder in the default package that comes up, you will see that there are already two files there. One is a hello application which is loading a JavaFX XML file, and there is a controller which will control the way the data gets stored or displayed on the screen. And if you go to the resources folder here, you have hello view.fxml. Now to make connection to MongoDB, since we have chosen project type as Maven, or the build tool for this project as Maven, Java driver. Yeah. So you must choose MongoDB Java driver, not the regular ones. So you can choose the latest version. This is because this MongoDB Java driver has all the dependencies that you need to build the application. So if you choose the earlier one, few of the dependencies may be missing and you will not be able to carry on with your application. So you must update this so that the driver get installed. Yeah. So our application is ready to take on the connections to MongoDB. Just call it as DB Mongo, something like that. Yeah. Now this requires three types of objects. So one is the connection string. The second one is your Mongo client. Now it's all showing red lines because it's not. Yeah. So you need to add the import here com.mongo. It opens up. Then Mongo client and then Mongo collection, which is of type document. Call it as collection. So these are the three objects that we need to build the connection to your MongoDB database. So let's add a constructor. Let's not select anything because we want to create the connections within this. So the first thing that we do is we define the connection string. So connection string equal to new connection string, and within this you have to say MongoDB colon localhost colon 27017. So this is a connection string that we need to make connection to MongoDB. Next thing is you have to create a MongoDB client here, which is Mongo clients dot create, and within this we have to give the connection string. If everything goes well, sorry, this should be Mongo client, like that thing is fine, we'll say connected to MongoDB. All right. Now once the connection is done, we need to get the collections. So we need to have Mongo database also. Mongo database, Mongo database equal to Mongo client, say get database, and we know our database is college DB. Okay, and once you get the database, we can get the collection, which is MongoDB database dot get collection, and name of the collection we know it is students, right? So we got our data, I mean the program connected to your database. Now it's showing some red line here, we shall see what it is. It's expecting a semicolon, I think, so I missed some semicolons somewhere. Semicolon, yeah, it's missing here, yeah. Okay, now to run this program, let's do some configurations here. Let's call it as Mongo app, just the application name and your class name which holds your driver class. Now to use this MongoDB, we need to go to the controller and in the initializer of this, so we can implement the interface initializable. It will come up with a method called initialize. Within this, I create a dbmongo equal to new db. So we'll be invoking the constructor, and if everything goes fine, we should get the program running. I think so that was a different object that was to be used. So as you can see, it is connected to MongoDB now. This GUI comes up because it's by default built by the Java FX project. Now I'll go to my GUI. Our database connection is successful. So let's now build the GUI using scene builder. I'll bring up the scene builder where first I enlarge this to the size I need, and then align the elements to the top left corner here, and take the label and enlarge this also, and we can add the necessary text. So MongoDB application, something like that. You can change the font if required. You can slightly enlarge this. So any color combination that you wish to add. So let's add the color. This we can change to show data. Similarly, the font can be slightly changed, and the color can be something different, red color. Okay, so we have the button here, and to display our data, I can add some text boxes here. So display in the USN, let it be of this size. Then you can go to the properties, and if you go down here, you can add some styling using CSS. You can change the background color to, let us say, yellow. Then you can add the text fill fx dash text dash fill. You can make it red. Okay, things like that. Now you can go to layout, margin and all, you can set as required. But one important thing is you have to go to the code tab and add the property as USN. So we have framed this. Now you can simply copy and paste this thing as many times as you want. So I want 4 of them. The things. Now before we go back to our code, you have to save this and get back to your code window. And one more thing you should have done in the editor is that for the button you should have changed the action in the code as show data, like that. You got to save this, and accordingly when you go back to your code and go to your controller, this hello has to be changed to show data, because now the controller method will be this. Yeah. Now we have added the text fields, so we have to include them here. So first one is text field USN. Of course, you should use annotation at Java fxml, at fxml. Otherwise, it will not recognize it as a fxml element. So it has to be done for each of the text box I have put. So text field, this is going to be name, at fxml private text field, this is going to be semester, at fxml text field branch. So we are done with all the controls on the screen, and here when I click on the show button, so let us say connected to MongoDB. Okay, of course a lot of other things have to be done. We need to declare certain variables like Mongo client, sorry, Mongo collection. You can call it as my collection. Okay, so in the initialization we have got this. So my collection has to be set to db dot get collection, so that the collection is assigned to this. Now when I say click on the button, I have to get the documents and display them one after the other. Okay, so now if I run the program, you will see that the GUI comes up. As usual, it says connected to DB. Of course, it will only change the label content here, but doesn't show up any data. And the window is also coming small. So to get the window to the required size, you have to go to the application here and change the fxml dimensions, height 740 and width maybe 540, like that. And if I run here, you will see that in the initializer, as you can see, the cursor has to be initialized using this collection find iterator. So here in the initializer, I need to do cursor equal to my collection dot find dot iterator, so that the cursor is an iterator. Then in the show button, you have to say uh, where doc equal to cursor dot next. So I get one here. You can say where students equal to doc, sorry, new. You have to convert into array list, and this should be of type document. Similarly, the collection also has to be type document. Yeah. So now probably it goes well. USN dot set text, in that students dot get first index. Now we cast this to string. Yeah. Then we have the name dot set text students dot get index 2. This also has to be converted into string. Then we have semester dot set text students dot get 3. Then we have branch dot set text students dot get 4, and this has to be typecast into yes. But one problem is this is an integer value, so it has to be just two string. Yeah, already it is integer, it is two string. So now we have everything ready. And if you wanted the branch to be in uppercase, you can just put this and say to uppercase. Yeah. So now everything, yeah, yeah, it's come up now. So as you can see, it is showing all my data one after the other. So all the records will be displayed here. Like the name of the collection, if it is given wrong, then you would get the output wrong. So you'll see that the output is coming up nicely. So the names are changing, the semester is changing, the branch is changing. Lesson. So hope you all like this video, and you just try this out. And if you like my video, click on the like button and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you.